Hello everyone, and welcome to a full body daily yoga practice. Just stretch and strengthen through the whole body. Go ahead and get settled on the ground in a comfortable seated position and begin connecting to your breath. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Maybe you sit still or start to do a couple neck rolls. I'll cue a lot throughout the practice just to do whatever feels right for your body. So just tuning in, feeling what wants to be stretched a little more today. Maybe you want a little bit more stillness today, or maybe you have a lot of energy that needs to be moved throughout the body. Connecting the movement to the breath, inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Maybe taking some shoulder rolls, inhaling as they go up towards your ears, exhaling, pulling down and away. Continuing to find movement that feels right for you, maybe rolling out the wrist. Maybe some stretches through the shoulder or the tricep, tuning into the body. We'll inhale, lifting our hands, and exhale into a twist, bringing the left arm to the right knee and the right arm behind us. Taking a couple deep breaths before we inhale, arms back up, and twist to the other side. Thinking about lengthening as we inhale and relaxing as we exhale. Now going into some cat-cow in seated position. Maybe you take some rolls around, or maybe you just go straight back and forth. Inhaling to expand the chest, looking up, bringing the belly towards the feet, and exhaling as you round through the spine, chin to chest. If you took circles, reversing the direction. Now take some side twists, bringing that right arm down, left arm overhead. Deep inhale into the side, keeping the chest open. Exhale to center. Inhale to the other side. Exhale, center. Inhale into that side bend. Meeting back in the middle. Again, taking a few movements or finding that stillness, whatever your body is craving. We'll go into butterfly pose next, but first for a moment, if you're comfortable and it feels right, taking a second to massage through the bottom of the feet. Maybe finding areas of tension and working those out. Maybe taking some ankle rolls. Switching feet if you haven't already. And then we'll bring the soles of the feet together, either staying seated upright or maybe folding over those feet. Inhaling to lengthen, sending the breath to those areas that might be feeling tension, and exhaling to release. We'll come to extend our legs in front of us for a forward fold. Inhaling, lifting the arms, straightening the spine, and exhaling, folding over. Releasing through the upper body, maybe a bend in the knees. Taking deep breaths, inhale and exhale through the nose. Maybe finding a releasing breath through the mouth. Coming back up for a reverse plank, bringing our hands behind the back and lifting for a little chest opener, counter stretch. Before we come back down into extended forward fold. Bring your legs out to the sides wherever feels comfortable. Inhaling to straighten the spine and exhale, maybe folding over, finding the forearms, maybe the fingertips, maybe forehead to the ground. On your next exhale, coming up, and we'll go for some more side bends, reaching with opposite hand to opposite foot, keeping the chest open, and reversing sides. Breathing deeply, exhaling to release. And when you're ready, coming up, we'll meet on all fours. Stacking wrists under shoulders and knees under hips. Finding a straight spine. We'll continue to do some cat-cow movements here. Again, maybe sticking with the expansion and the contraction, or maybe adding in a full roll, going all the way around. Inhaling as you drop the chest and exhaling as you lift. Finding whatever feels good here. We'll meet by reversing our fingertips to face the knees, tucking the toes, and getting a stretch through the back of the wrist. Before lifting up, stretching through the backs of the feet, and taking a clasp behind the back with the hands, dropping the head back, and breathing deeply into the throat chakra. On an exhale, we'll come back up, taking a few arm circles both ways. And then untucking the toes, we'll bring the knees out wide, dropping one hand back behind the feet and opening up with the other for a chest expansion. And reversing, inhaling as you expand, exhaling as you come back through center, and swap sides. Inhale. Coming back to all fours for a moment. We'll take a few hip circles on both sides, going both directions. Not forgetting to be intentional with our breath and our movement, connecting the two. Really going inwards into the body. Walking the hands out, we'll find puppy pose, bringing the chest down to the mat, maybe lifting the head so that the chin is on the ground, or maybe keeping the forehead on the ground. And then we'll roll through into Sphinx pose. Coming all the way down on the chest, bringing your right arm out. We'll lift our left leg over, bringing the toes behind the bum for a little shoulder stretch on that right side. Opening the shoulder, opening the chest. Exhale, finding center, and inhaling to go to the other side. Exhale to center. Take an inhale, lifting up, exhaling down. Inhale up, lifting the chest, exhaling down, and we'll meet in downward dog. Maybe walking it out, lifting one heel and then the other, or maybe finding stillness here, whatever feels right for you. Connecting to that breath. On an inhale, we'll lift the right leg up, do a slight hip opener. Exhale, bringing knee to nose, dropping foot in between the hands. Inhale, straightening the leg into pyramid, triangle pose. Exhale, coming into standing splits. Not holding the breath, continuing to flow. Inhale, we'll drop back down, opening the chest to the side. Exhale, coming up into a twisted lunge. Inhale through center, maybe a slight back bend. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale into reverse warrior. Exhale, warrior two. And inhale, going forwards, maybe finding a bind. Exhale, dropping both hands and the knee, dropping the right knee out to the side. Straightening and grabbing that left foot behind the back for a little quad hip flexor stretch. Then dropping the foot, feeling it through that right hamstring, that left quad. Exhaling, we'll straighten our front leg, bringing toes back to the forehead. Finding a deep hip flexor stretch, maybe turning the toes to the right for a little IT band. Exhale, coming back up and walking the right foot to the left hand for pigeon pose. Maybe staying up on the fingertips or walking out. Sending the breath into that hip, into any area of tension, and exhaling to let go. Come back up into plank, and then we will go through a vinyasa. Inhaling up dog, and exhaling into downward dog. Repeating that flow on the opposite side. Inhaling to lift the left leg, opening through the hip, coming back up through center. Exhaling, knee to nose, drop through the hands. Inhale, straighten the leg, pyramid or triangle pose. Going through a few cycles of breath, and on an exhale, coming into standing splits. Noticing maybe a difference in sides, and just letting that go. Inhale into your twist. Exhale, coming up. Inhaling to center, maybe a back bend, and exhaling into your warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale to center. Inhale forward, possibly finding a bind here. Exhale, bringing the hands and the knee back down, opening that left leg out. Bringing that knee back to center and finding your right foot. Sending breath to the stretch. Dropping that foot, going a little bit deeper into the stretch. And then extending through the left leg, toes flexed. Maybe opening out to the left side with those toes, getting into the hip, the IT bend. We'll meet back up to go into pigeon, bringing the left foot to the right hand, left knee to the left hand, staying on the fingertips or walking down. We'll come back up and move through another vinyasa, exhaling as we go over and down, inhaling into upward dog, and meeting an extended child's pose, knees out to the side, bum back to the heels, hands reaching above the head. Staying here or maybe coming into frog pose for a deeper hip release. Really extending that inhale and exhale. And meeting back in downward facing dog. We'll slowly walk up to the hands at the top of the mat. Inhale to flat back. Exhale to fold all the way over. Releasing through the upper body, maybe grasping opposite elbows. Taking a few breaths here before we slowly float up vertebrae by vertebrae, creating a straight spine in mountain pose. Inhale to lift the hands up. Exhale, hands in prayer to chest. Maybe finding some movement here, some side bends, maybe a twist. Whatever feels right, maybe staying in stillness in mountain pose. We'll meet together on an inhale, hands up, walking the feet out, and exhaling into yogi squat. Maybe using those elbows to keep the knees out and slowly dropping back. We'll roll our spine down to the ground, hugging the knees into the chest for a moment before extending the left leg, keeping the right knee in. Inhale, open out to the right. Exhale, twisting over to the left. Right arm extended and gaze following towards the fingertips for a spinal twist. Coming back through center, hugging both knees in and switching to the other side. Bring that left knee in. Inhale to open it to the left. Exhale, taking over to the right. Coming back through center, hugging the knees to chest once again, and grabbing onto those feet for a moment of happy baby. Maybe rocking back and forth, maybe extending, maybe staying still. Then we'll bring the feet to the ground for a short bridging, lifting the hips up, maybe staying here, or tucking the hands behind the shoulders, lifting up through the chest. Extending through those legs if you can. Maybe coming up onto the toes. Slowly coming down. We'll counter stretch into plow if that's a movement for you, or maybe just holding knees into chest. Sticking with the breath, focusing on elongating those inhales and exhales. Slowly returning your back to the ground. Maybe windshield wiper the knees side to side. We'll come into our final resting pose, Savasana, extending the legs out to the sides, arms out to the sides, or any position that's comfortable for resting for you. Taking a moment for a full body scan, noticing how we've activated and stretched throughout the whole body, sent breath through the whole body, connected our movement with our inhales and exhales, and coming back to that breath in the stillness. Stay here as long as you'd like. And if you're ready, slowly coming over to one side and moving yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Maybe noticing a difference in how you were feeling at the beginning in this position to how you're feeling now. Letting out a verbal exhale through the mouth. Inhaling, hands up. Exhaling. Thank you for joining me today. Hope to see you soon.